I want you to see yourself as an institution. So, too often I've seen this tendency of people who start something successful and then they try to offload it into other people, or trying to set up something lasting beyond themselves, like an institution. So, for example, there was a chess club I used to go to as a kid. This guy was very charismatic, and did an amazing job building this amazing chess club that brought together so many people, and did such a positive thing. But then he thought, okay, let's try to make an institution out of this thing, this enterprise, right? And so he got the people who were in that chess club, some chess masters and so on, and tried to offload the responsibility onto them, because he thought they could do a better job than him, because he himself wasn't a chess master. These people ran that chess club into the ground. So much political strife, so much bullshit going on, and yeah, and anyways, try to adopt this other paradigm. Okay, this is my paradigm. It's that we are living now in a time where increasingly we look to people as the institutions. We look to people as the brand, the source of the source, whatever. Anyways, what I'm trying to say, fuck. Yeah, people are the institution. I am the institution. Okay, you are the institution. As in your lifetime, in my lifetime, I get to direct the energy in the universe, kind of in the world, like where it goes. And I'm not so concerned with this immortality project of trying to create something that outlasts me. That is a fool's errand, a fool's enterprise. And I think this is a kind of paradigm shift of the times that I'm living in. All these truths are half-truths, right? We vacillate between these truths from age to age. Even what I'm saying right now is not the full picture, okay? It's just that this happens to be the zeitgeist that I'm living in. This happens to be the truth applicable to this time that I'm living in, where if you see the rise of these personal brands like on Instagram and so on, we're not looking to corporations to inform our buying choices, our purchasing choices. We look to someone like Kylie Jenner, Alex Hormozy, and like Elon Musk, right? What's the real driver behind the success of Tesla? It's arguably it's Elon Musk himself as the brand. We're driven by that these days, right? The attention economy, and beyond whether that's good or bad, it's just this is how it is right now, and there's benefits to that. There's good things to that, a good side to that, right? And I choose to live by that. I am the brand. I am the institution. That is freeing to me. It's liberating. It's powerful to me. That I don't need to be concerned with something that outlasts me. I am perfectly happy that I do what I can in this lifetime to stand for something, and in my lifetime I get to direct energy as it flows into me and out of me, to put it somewhere where I see fit, and then I pass on. So let somebody else handle their time where they wish to put their energy, right? And it's freeing because as long as you made some sort of impact in your lifetime, you can kind of rest assured in that butterfly effect, like how far that impact is really going to go. Even if you just touch one person's life, there's something more liberating about that. Whereas if you're in the olden times, you had to be concerned with like setting up a corporation or something that outlasts you, and try to use that to influence as many people as you can, like 1 million people, 1 billion people, or so on. That is a burden, right? It's much more freeing to know that you just touched one person's life and they're going to touch 10 more people's lives, and then those 10 will touch like 1 million other people's lives. There's something liberating about that, right? But anyways, let's go back to this idea of yourself being an institution. So there is so much work, so much of an investment that goes into forming you as an individual. Like how much pain, how much sacrifice goes into making you as a person, that it's mind-bogglingly like fucked up and awesome at the same time. It's like, and there's no redemption really. It's like when I hear people's stories of how people have suffered in this lifetime, the truth is there is no redemption. There is, I mean, we hold on to this myth. It's a necessary myth in society, that there is redemption, that all the shit that you went through is gonna pay out. It's gonna be worth it in some way. It's fucked. It's not. Okay, some people, they suffer, they die, and there's nothing that comes out of it. Okay, but what's kind of cool in all this is that even through all the suffering, even though there's nothing that comes out of it, and even not saying that nothing ever comes out of it. Okay, there are redemption stories out there, obviously, right? But I don't buy into this myth that the good will necessarily outweigh the bad in the end, in the final estimation. When, let's say, if God were to take a calculus in the end, no, the bad is gonna outweigh the good most of the fucking time. Okay, but the good in all this is that with all that blood, that blood price that is paid in life as you go about your years, that blood price forms the institution that you are. And even if you only get to inhabit that institution for a second, if only with that institution you touch one other life, then you've kind of informed cultural evolution. You've informed the evolution of the universe in some way. It's like, yes, I paid the blood price, but because of that, now the next generation is going to be better in some way. Like I can hand this off, right? So me, for example, better to use myself as an example than just talk in the abstract or talk about somebody else or whatever. I mean, in my lifetime, I stand for something, right? As I go about my day, there's no amount of good I can do now to ever outdo the bad that I've done already. There is no amount of good that I can do to undo the harms that I have done in my already short life thus far, right? Straight up, even the investment that has gone into me, making me, the blood price that has gone into making me, there is nothing that will ever outdo that or whatever, right? In terms of the good I can ever do. But in just standing for something as the culmination of all that, the wisdom that I've gained, the way it informs my behavior now, my actions, what I stand for now, I like that. It's fucking awesome, right? It's that makes everything worth it. Even if I just get to inhabit it now, the fact that I've come to this point and I can inhabit this point of evolution, this understanding, this wisdom, and I have seen enough evidence of it touching other people's lives. Like the men's group I go to, and even if I don't see the evidence, it's like it could be a false belief for all I know, but it's like I'm too sure that it's true. I'm too sure that it's true that by standing for this, by having come to this point in evolution, inhabiting this point, right? That it's worth it. That that it's just a good. It's a good in and for itself. And that so yeah, I see so much like payoff, so much benefit, so much good in just in standing for something, right? Like and it feels good. It feels really, really good that that despite all that price, all that blood price being paid to get me to this point, that that I am an institution now, that I get to choose, like the energy that comes into me, the influences that come into me, the people that come into my life, and people that I touch and that touch me, that I get to, that I kind of direct the energy because of how I am, how I've fashioned myself, right? I don't know how to describe it better. It's kind of an abstract thing. I wish I could. I have to think about how I can describe this concept better. But I hope I got enough of the point across that we are all institutions, right? We're not just flimsy people blown this way and that. Even the people in jail that I met, the way they cleaned their room, the way they got their workouts in. So for example, I had one guy, this native guy, he would tell me, don't fuck with my time, right? Straight up. So if I was feeling, if I had committed to being his workout partner, which I had, and I had the worst headache of my life back then, and he made me suffer through the worst workout ever. It was a leg workout, and I told him I couldn't do it because I had the headache, and he's like, don't fuck with my time, right? That was the mentality in there. They took their working out very seriously. They stood for something, right? Because in a world where your things are largely outside of your control, you kind of buckle down on the things that are in your control even harder. You look at social media figures like Wes Watson, like him being 10 years in prison, but he took care of himself, right? There, yeah, I buy into that. I buy into seeing myself as an institution. I take pride in the way I go about things, the way I handle things. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just a good that I choose to believe in. I guess it's awesome. Yeah.